Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Stardew Valley 1.5 here on Not Your Professional Walkthroughs channel with me, your host, Max. On today's episode, we are going to continue the spring season after Kent's birthday, and we're going to be taking a look at Friday the 5th and Saturday the 6th, which means on the next episode, our favorite Mayor Lewis is going to have his birthday, and for that, consider subscribing so you know when the episode is going to be dropped. Now that that is out of the way, since we do not have any events currently going on, we have time to work on the farm as it still requires a lot of time and a lot of effort to get it even somewhat close to the theoretical plan that I might have for it. So let's go and take a look at the weather for tomorrow. And tomorrow it's not going to be a rainy day like it is today, but because all of our crops are currently being watered by the iridium sprinklers, or I have the rice shoots that are growing close enough to the water, and the fiber seeds actually do not require watering, we should be set. So all of my other focus should be on animals, fish ponds, mushroom cave, greenhouse, and it's still gonna take the crops a couple of days to reach full maturity. But we're gonna be at least able to go see if Traveling Merchant might theoretically have rabbit's foot. If she would have that, the only thing which I need to do is wait for my 8 chickens to reach full maturity, give me eventually 10 pieces of eggs, and then I can finish off the remaining bundle, and that would be just awesome. So today is not that much of a lucky day, so maybe we will not go into the Skull Caverns, and let us take a look at the snapshot so that we know what we are working with. So in the upper right corner, we see that we have mail. 2 kegs are done brewing, something good. If we go lower, we see that 2, 4, 6, 7 fish ponds have produced roe, which is also great. If we go lower, we see that Robin has finished upgrading the first coop into the big coop, which means I can go see Marnie and I can go purchase my 4 ducks, or my 4 initial ducks. And because the chickens have been purchased on the previous day or on the last episode, which means Thursday the 4th, this means that there's not gonna be that much of a difference between our chickens and the ducks reaching full maturity. So we're gonna be able to start fulfilling theoretically even Gus's special quest for those 2 dozen eggs eventually. If we go lower into the right corner, we see that there is a lot of fiber growing because I will require more bake machines, and also fiber is necessary for other blueprints. If we go from our big coop to the left, we see that the crops such as rhubarb, cauliflower, coffee, and strawberries are still not fully mature. If we go up, we see that the preserve jars and some of the cheese presses are done, which leaves us with only the crab pots, the greenhouse, the mushroom cave to be processed. So we definitely want to go see Robin again. We definitely want to go see Marnie again. And I'm gonna try to keep things like crab pods and such for the end of the day so that I don't do the same mistake on the last episode. And in case you have not seen it, I'm not gonna spoil it here, so you can go watch it because I kind of do need the views. YouTube has this weird policy about having certain amount of hours watched in order for me to be eligible for promotion. So let's try to get us there. And yeah. I'm gonna probably just read the mail and see what's in there. Dear Max, thank you for purchasing a coop upgrade. In addition to doubling the capacity of your coop, I've taken the liberty of installing an incubator. To use the incubator, simply place an egg inside. If you have space left in your coop, the egg will hatch in several days. As always, thanks for your business, Robin. Okay, so I have 2 dinosaur eggs already. I definitely want to have my 2 dinosaurs at least at the farm so that I can eventually make dinosaur mayo or drop off dinosaur egg at the museum. However, I want to get 4 ducks first because my goal is to eventually have my ducks swimming in the water by those trees which are growing out of the water somehow and are submerged. So I'm hoping for that kind of a snapshot. And I'm actually thinking that the second coop might get an upgrade from Robin. So in order for us to get a big coop, we actually do require... let me look. Of course, I don't have it prepared on the wiki, because why would I even bother doing that before the recording started? So we will require 10,000 gold, we will require 400 wood, and I will require 150 pieces of stone. Now stone is my big concern because I don't know if I have sufficient quantity of stone. I have only 71 pieces of stone currently available, and that is gonna be quite the pickle, because if we're gonna try to create more preserve jars, I'm gonna require super quantities of stone. And my hopes were to actually like go inside of the skull caverns and try to obtain more of it. So that's obviously not gonna happen yet, but I do have ton of forageables here, except of daffodil, which can be used to recover HP and energy, so we're gonna have our sustain, and I will not have to rely upon certain dishes. So yeah, there's lots of stuff which needs to be done. I'm thinking that I'm gonna smelt some copper bars, because I will want to build certain quantity of tappers to install at the oaks which I'm growing at the train station. So this is gonna help me out to get access to more oak resin, because currently I do have oak resin. I can even make more kegs currently, but I just don't want to be placing them all over the parts of the farm yet. I would prefer to try and preserve it in order for me to then eventually start loading them inside of a shed. So yeah, there's that plan. So I'm gonna try to make those 5 tappers. I'm still gonna have to wait for the additional copper, which is why I started with the smelting, because copper takes the least amount of time in order to be made. I do not have any additional coffee which can be currently done, so I'm stuck with 2 triple shot espressos. But if I want to make sure that we have something in the greenhouse, we can of course go and check through our computer here from oh my god, I totally forgot. Demetrius. That's the name which I was thinking. Okay, so Demetrius. We have 299 pieces of hay, which means that I will also be forced to reload the hay to my animals, because unfortunately it is the second day in a row when it's raining, so my lovely Mumus and Babas were not able to walk outside and get their grub on with all that fresh grass that is growing there. Also, it's not good for your animals or cows in general to eat wet grass, because it can cause them some issues with their digestion. Goats, they are horrible. They are gonna eat everything in any condition, which is why they are thriving in certain locations, because they just simply don't care. They are gonna eat anything, and my relative has actually a farm where he has a couple of goats, and whenever I go there and I am put in charge of the goats, I actually, and this is not a joke, I'm not making this up, I have to chase the goats away from the apple orchard which is close by, because the goats are capable of standing on their back feet, pressing their forward hoofs against the apple trees, and basically lowering some of the branches with the leaves and apples on top of them, and then they try to eat the apples, and if they eat those apples, then they have sour milk. So yeah, real life stuff. Goats are weird this way, which is kind of a fun thing when you consider it. Okay, so this is our final tapper for now. We can, however, make more of the copper bars, because we are going to require them for kegs and other productions. So there goes that. We're going to be selling the artisanal things which I was able to pick up, or just the mushrooms in general. So this can be returned over here. I cannot be making too much iridium at this point, so yeah. I'm thinking if I should go with an upgrade for like watering can or hoe, so that we have it at the iridium quality. I mean, I do have the necessary gold and the resources for it. It's just that I really don't need to go see Clint regarding anything right now. I do not have that many, what you call them, Omni geodes and other types of geodes in order for it to be a worthwhile visit. And my priority should also be trying to see Robin and Marnie in order to get our hands on those lovely, lovely animals and such. Okay, so this is gonna all go here. This has been taken care of. The crab pods I'm gonna leave for the evening. Wow, that's a ton of star fruit. Luckily for me, I do have plenty of actual starfruit seeds still prepared in the chest with my seeds by the entry to my home. Okay, so we're gonna grab all of these things and we're just gonna replant the starfruit because I'm a huge fan of starfruits. I have planted some additional ancient fruit inside of the greenhouse, and eventually the strawberries and such are gonna be pushed out by the superior crops. But for now, I wanted to have something growing so that I can have some additional artisanal supplies for when I will require it. Okay, and I will require also to go and get the stone. And I don't know if I want to be utilizing my own supply of coal and iron in order to actually create explosives and such. So this can go here. We have 15 of those. I can make iron bars, and I can then go and actually see the dwarf in the mines and purchase a bunch of bombs, which is going to be a bit more efficient way, I believe, when it comes to creation of bombs or acquiring explosives. So this can all be dropped off for now. And let us go see Robin, and let us go see Marnie, and we're gonna start off with Marnie, because as I said, we might have access to the incubator, but because I have 2 dinosaur eggs and I do want to get the chickens or the ducks first in, the first Big Coop might not have any dinosaurs, but it might have just 4 chickens and eventually like 8 ducks or so. Once we get to the deluxe version, it will heavily depend. So let's take the mini obelisk here. Is going to allow me to travel really fast down. And also we need to check the traveling merchant wares because it's the first Friday of the season, so never forget about checking the traveling merchant if you have the option. Marnie is waiting for us here. We're gonna get our ducks, and on the last episode I nicked my chicks, chick 1, chick 2 until chick 8, and I'm just gonna go with duck 1, duck 2, duck XYZ, because it's just gonna be much easier for me to keep a track of them this way. So I'm sorry that it's not the most original name, but it actually helps a lot, especially if you start letting your animals go outside. And for example, I had the issue before I grabbed the last auto grabber for the 3rd barn, that once the animals walked outside, the 2 barns had the auto grabbers. The last barn had 4 cows inside, and once they walked out with all the remaining animals, it was just a nightmare for me to try and locate those 4 cows and milk them. So obviously it's different with ducks because they drop off all the eggs and the duck feathers inside of the coops. So it's hugely different, but yeah. I also want to get lots of ducks because once we get to Fern Island or Ginger Island or whatever you want to call it, Leo loves duck feathers. So that is why I want to have plenty of ducks so that I have a gift in order to keep increasing his friendship, so that if possible I will be able to make him make the move to Stardew Valley, where he is gonna live in that big house by Linus's tent. And also by befriending him, we get access to 2 dishes. So I actually want to get mango sticky rice. Sandy loves mango sticky rice. She's not gonna give me a discount for star fruit, but we do what we gotta do in order to keep the content coming. So there are lots of plans for lots of fun stuff. So hopefully you are gonna consider subscribing so that you know when the next episodes are published for Stardew Valley or any of the other content which I'm currently covering on the channel. Okay, so ducks have been taken care of. Where are my coffees? Where did I put my coffees? Did I already use up all of my coffee? Or did I just seriously put it somewhere where it's not supposed to be? Okay, please, please, princess, tell me you have... No, no, no. Oh, you have rare seed, but... I'll take it, but you don't have rabbit's foot. That is unfortunate. Okay, let's run through here, see if there's anything to forage so that we have some sort of energy recharge capabilities within the mines and such, because the pickaxe will still consume energy. And I have not picked up all the star drops, and I don't know if I will ever be able to pick them up, if I will be only covering and playing the game for purposes of publishing episodes for the channel, because it's kind of difficult to set yourself up for some of these goals. It will also heavily depend on when Eric will try to publish the 1.6 patch, and what is going to be included in the 1.6 patch, because that might heavily influence if I will go for another farm, another playthrough, and so on and such. So yeah, things like this, they really matter. So we are gonna see what's gonna happen. So yeah, I was able to get some additional forage, which is awesome. We really need to hurry the heck up back to go see Robin. I really don't want to be purchasing stone from her, so... But I might be forced to, but we still have time until 4:40 or 4:50 until she leaves from behind her counter. So let's go take the mini obelisk. Let's take all of these goodies. Anything which can be sold. No, nothing. Let's put you here. Let's put you here. Let's put these ones here. This needs to be installed by Robin's house at the train station, so that's perfectly fine. We do require 400 wood. It's gonna take forever to get it correctly done like this, so let's just do it the normal way. And I need 150 stone for additional Big Coop. So I'm missing 80 pieces of stone. Like this. Okay, so... And I will require a ton of stone in order to also build my additional fish ponds, because I want to have more fish ponds. That's just the truth of it. Okay, we don't have that many gold bars either. Okay, so let's go and see if we can get the necessary resources in order to get that coop up and running. There's another leak. George is gonna love this. Okay, so we want to go mines. And I want to go and acquire all that I do require. So let's go with like 50 of these. That's gonna be enough. I just need to like try and pop in, get the resources, and get the hell out. Also, it would be nice if I can acquire more of the bug meat, but I don't think I will be able to do that. Special quest for Willy, because in 5 days to acquire that much bug meat is just gonna be ridiculously difficult for me. Especially since I don't have access to the location in the sewers where you have access to like the void salmon and such. There is a huge chunk of mosquitoes and bugs always appearing. I was really hoping that coming to like these lower levels where those mosquito larvas tend to spawn in, I might be able to like get swarmed by the mosquitoes and such and try to acquire more bug meat. Of course, bug meat has its use for wild bait. I'm gonna try to do the special quest for Willy eventually, because you get a special bobber which increases the value of all the fish which you catch. So there's that. Let's drop these bombs in here. Let's clear out these sections. I do know that there's the ladder available to the lower floor, but whatever resources I can acquire by explosive means, I'll take. Okay, so it's 4 p.m. We need to go see Robin so that she can start working on that second coop. So let's go ahead and do that. Once we are done with her, we are gonna be able to go put down the tappers. There is that big tree which I talked about where Linus is standing. We're gonna be able to take a better look at it. But first, priority, and that is Robin. So let's get this thing done. So we're gonna go with the big coop. And there in that incubator, our dinosaur eggs are gonna be placed. So by the next episode, this second coop is gonna be done. Again, we are completely out of any stone, which is not the best thing, honestly. And it's super late, so I will not manage to get to the bus stop. This is the tree where Leo is gonna make his treehouse. So I will not be able to go into the Skull Caverns today, plus it's not even supposed to be that much of a lucky day. So we have 15 tappers installed in here in order for us to gain access to plenty of oak resin. So this is one of our locations from which we are going to be able to supply our production of oak resin. And this boulder over here, to this section over here, I don't know where it leads to, or if it's like pre-tell to what 1.56 patch might hold. Let me know in the comment section if you potentially know where it might lead to. And if you know if there is something worthwhile taking a look at, so I might try to squeeze an episode out of that, who knows. I don't recall ever getting there, so there's that. Okay, you know what, let's try to go with the bombs, this. This way I will be able to clear out the mines. I will be able to acquire some additional stone, so that we are going to be able to have some resources ready for the next construction project, which is most likely going to be another coop. So the explosives are definitely gonna be a huge help. I'm hoping to come across at least bugs in here so that we can get that bug meat theoretically. Even if I were to fail, at least I can try to make bug or the wild bait from Linus. I accidentally dropped 2 bombs there like a dum-dum, so that was not the most effective use. Okay, there was a crab apparently hiding. No crab was received from that body, unfortunately. Don't see that many bugs in here, which is unfortunate. Let's try to consult with the wiki. So let's go into like the mines. And I want to see... Okay, so from the 11th till the 29th level, we have the chance to get the grub, which is that bug, and the cave fly. So those 2 are what I will require in order to try and deal with Willy's quest. I'm not putting too many hopes into me being able to fulfill it. It's not that horrible to be somehow disappointed by not being able to get things done, because the quests do rotate, so eventually you're gonna get another chance on doing this. Okay, so we want to go to level 11, and from there on to here, and hopefully we're gonna come across the worms. I don't see any larvae here, so we're just gonna take our lovely camo t-shirt to the lower floor. It looks like I came across a really unbalanced level because the galaxy sword is just gonna slice and dice through all of this. But we're gonna get some green algae for construction of the fish ponds. We're gonna get some slime, and we're gonna need that for the oil machines. So I'm not really that angry or anything. The issue here is that we need to collect a stupid quantity of bug meat, and I have picked up only 7 pieces so far. Knock it off. So at least clearing out these levels is gonna do the trick. I really hope to come across a level where they are gonna try to swarm me with the cave flies. This way I have at least a guaranteed chance that I will get lots of bug meat, but it's not a guarantee. Come on, bring more friends over. I need the bug meat, and not for wild babies. Okay, some cherry bomb here, so let's get rid of those. That's gonna help me out clear out the remaining stone. I'll take minuscule damage here. So this is working swell. I do see some bugs flying around. So let's start applying the bombs in order to clear this place out. I would really love to have the triple shot espresso in order to run around a bit faster, but I gotta make do with what I have. There goes the mosquito or the cave fly. I really like to call them mosquito because they do that buzzing sound, but also flies do the buzzing sound, so I don't know which one is more annoying. Actually, a couple of episodes ago, I had to be in shock and awe as during the recording a freaking mosquito appeared in my room, and it was still kind of early for mosquitoes, so I was kind of shocked there. Ever since then I have not seen another mosquito, or I think I dreamt that one tried to suck some of my blood at night while I was trying to sleep, but I really don't know if that was just a dream or not, so who knows? Who knows? I have had some really freaky dreams as of late, and I usually wake up at time when my brain is not dreaming, so I don't recall anything, but like, seriously, the stuff which I recalled was so weird, and I don't know what to think of it. Ah, there they are. Finally. Okay, seriously, just one? That is so not cool. Okay, and because it's getting super late, well, I did get 286 stone at least out of this. I really want to put a bomb down here. It's 12:30. There is a ladder now because I killed that slime, so that's awesome sauce. So let's clear this out. Hopefully it's going to give us access to more stone. Bug meat, we'll take it. Earth crystals, those are required for like the mayonnaise machines, and because we're going to have a stupid quantity of ducks. Okay, so this was kind of productive time here, and I really need to hurry the heck back home or I will be screwed. Royally screwed. I really don't want to be caught sleeping outside. So let's go. Let's take the minecarts to the bus stop, and we should be able to make this barely. So let's sell topaz, earth crystal, or we can keep those. Cave carrots can be kept for cooking. We don't definitely need quartz because we have a ton of it. I'm just gonna go to bed and sleep this off, and tomorrow we're gonna pick up and deal with all the kegs and all the other jazz. So we have some cash in. I totally did not manage to do the crab pots. And honestly, I kind of don't care. So let's go on to the next day. Okay, so we have Saturday the 6th. Hopefully, if we get a lucky day, I might go into Skull Caverns and try to reach that 100th level. Or something, who knows. Not that flush with cash, but maybe things are gonna turn around, so who knows. And on the next episode, we have Lewis's birthday, then we're gonna have Vincent, and then we're gonna have the additional birthdays. And because we have access to cranberry candy, this is something which Vincent is gonna love, so we should be able to do that. Lewis loves all sorts of things, so we're gonna discuss that also on the next episode. And therefore, let's see what's in the television. So, wow, again, we're gonna have a rainy birthday. Okay. Interesting. And today's a lucky day, so I'm definitely gonna try to go into the Skull Caverns, therefore. Now, once we walk outside and take a look at the snapshot of the farm, we see the following. In the upper right corner, there is a bunch of pale ale done. We have also received the mail. If we go lower, we see that we have 2, 4, 6, 7 a row ready to be picked up. There are things in the crab pots. And if we go lower, we see that the second coop is being upgraded, so that is something to consider taking a look at. The lower right corner has a bunch of fiber growing. If we go left from the coops, we know that there are those crops being currently watered by the iridium sprinklers. However, on top of that, we see that lots of beehives have produced honey. This is great because we can load that honey into the kegs and get mead, and I can theoretically start giving meat to Willie in order to get recipes from him, because he can teach me 4 recipes, which is kind of awesome. Other than that, we have only stuff in the crab pots. There's going to be probably something inside of the greenhouse. We're going to have something inside of the mushroom cave. And when we go back to the fence created from the cheese presses and preserve jars for our barns, we see that there is a ton of jelly and aged row ready to be picked up. So hopefully if I pick up the additional row on top of some of that row which I have in the chest above the barns, I might be able to age more of it, since it takes usually less time to get these things done in comparison to jelly, which takes 4 days, caviar takes 4 days, but aged row usually takes around 2 days. So we're gonna see how things are gonna work out for us. I can theoretically also consider putting in things like pomegranates, peaches, apples, cherries, apricots, and other things in order to have a variety mix eventually once these things are done. But other than that, yeah, let's go see what's inside of the mail. Hey, I thought it would be fun to send you a letter. I don't really know what to write though. Here I've enclosed a treat for you. Don't tell anyone, but I snagged this from the back room of Jojo Mart ages ago. Okay, see you soon, Shane. So he is sending us pepper poppers. That is really nice. Shane is really weird when it comes to dishes, because the first dish which he teaches you is pepper poppers, and that is a dish which he himself loves. However, if you proceed further with Shane, you learn the strange bun, and everybody hates that recipe. So it's kind of an interesting character, that Shane. But yeah, at least if we are gonna run into him, I can give him the pepper poppers, or I'm gonna use it inside of the greenhouse or the skull cavern to sustain myself. And we have another mail, Max. I'm really craving a fresh apricot. I haven't been able to find one at the store, so I'm asking you. I'll pay you for it. Well, Emily. Okay, so we can accept this because we have apricots and all the other fruit trees currently producing stuff inside of the greenhouse, so that is awesome for me. I'm gonna need to drop off all these things which I picked up on the previous day on my expedition to the mines. We did come across a ton of stone, which is awesome. The cave carrot can go into the what you call it, into these. Unfortunately, 50 pieces of bug meat cannot be combined with the newly acquired bug meat, as Willie only wants the fresh stuff, so it's kind of unfortunate for me. I don't seem to have room here for some of these things. Let's see if I even replanted the crops in the greenhouse. Crops ready in greenhouse 15. Okay, that's kind of an interesting number. So, yeah, we're gonna take a look around the farm. I'm gonna process all of this stuff and I'll talk to you in a couple of moments. So 19 is how many I have picked up yet. That's not good, certainly. The issue is also if I go into Skull Cavern and not the mines, I might be able to get deeper and get iridium. However, there aren't enemies which are dropping bug meat in Skull Mines. So, yeah, that is the bad thing which I need to consider. And if I can get some additional coffee, that would be just awesome. These we're gonna make some serious cash today. And we have, wow, Blobfish wants pizza. That's some weird recipe to request, but okay. Warp totem to the mountains. I might actually use that in order to get to the dwarf and purchase more explosives, because the current number which I do have on me is not gonna be sufficient for a successful run in the Skull Caverns. So there's that. Okay, let's start loading in the row. Oh man, she got out. Yeah, I was afraid of leaving those gates opened. Because it's gonna be a rainy day, they're gonna again go through the hay supply, so I'm gonna have to do something regarding that too. I did not replant the starfruit. That is not good. I need to fix that. Unfortunately, I loaded all the remaining kegs with the hops, so I cannot brew my coffee now. Okay, so let's go fetch that starfruit at least. Working on all these things, unfortunately, because I will require the money if I want to make a huge expensive purchase of further explosives and such. So everything which can be sold is gonna get sold. And considering the fact that I basically have the auto grabbers ready for the barns, I don't really need to keep moving around with the milking pail or the milking bucket anymore. So the machines are gonna do all of that work on my behalf. Crops are getting ready, which is awesome. We are really gonna have to increase, however, our bait production, because this is not gonna cut it. And I still need to load something into the preserve jar, so I was hoping to go with probably strawberries, because I came across a bunch of them as of late. And we still have some row over here. We're gonna drop the milk. Drop the seeds. Gonna sell all of these sea critters. Okay, how did you get down here, princess? That is my main question. So I'm going with strawberries because we are gonna get a whole lot more cash out of strawberries in comparison to if I would be putting in cranberries or blueberries. And you know what? Let's put in some star fruit too to spice things up for when this will be done. No, don't go outside. I really need to keep that gate closed at all times or move it a bit lower so that the animals are not tempted to use it. Let's drop the mussel in here. That's 260 of them ready for mango purchases or mango saplings. I'm gonna need to go see Gus in order to purchase pizza in order to drop it in there, which means that's gonna be a 600 gold investment. 410. I don't know if I'll make it back for Pam to still remain in here. I did not even like drop enough things from my backpack in order to have more room for things at the mines. So this would be one hell of an awkward visit, and that was an unfortunate purchase choice. Still need money for the ticket. Yeah, I don't think I'll make it there. Pam is gonna be leaving soon. Come on. You know what would be funny if actually she's gonna be like, oh, you're pushing me, well, I'm just gonna go home and you don't have to go to the oasis anymore. That would be fun. Fun. Okay, so since we have hopefully if there are gonna be any of those worms, I'll be able to interact with them. There is a coconut, so there should be a way for me to... It's small gapes at the desert sun even, and that it's yearns for a taste. A taste of what? A coconut. Can I pick it up like this? Of course not. That's not cool. Okay, we are actually pulling out bone fragments, and I'm gonna hold on to the bone fragments because the bone fragments can be used in the bone mill. Man, I love using the bone mill. It's so awkward that previously completely useless things like the palm fossils and trilobite, once you drop them off at the museum, you no longer have any other purpose for them. But here comes this bone mill thingy, and suddenly it's useful again. That's just so cool. That was a really smart thing to do. I'll grab at least these resources, and our primary goal will be to try and go as low or as deep as possible. And we're gonna try to just acquire the necessary things. So any of these weird things I might try to avoid, unless it's like 2 nodes of aquamarine and emerald stationed right next to each other, because that is just too tempting for me to pass on. We're gonna push him back into the explosion. Hopefully that dealt some damage to him. We're gonna dispose of the slime. We're gonna try to deal with the serpent too. It's actually funny. Oh damn, we are really gonna have to go from here. And I really want to grab that ruby. We're gonna dodge this. We're gonna take the shaft and not the ladder. There's another one waiting for us to move in. So far, I did not manage to take too much damage. I'm not planning on staying here for too long if I don't have to. Yes, getting stone this way is awesome. Getting other supplies this way is awesome too. We're gonna boost our damage so that if they try to mess with me, I'll just kill them a bit more efficiently. Trying to get some solar essence might not be the worst thing ever, but we're gonna see if we're gonna get the ladder to the lower floor. So let's clear this land out of any potential stone on the geodes. Let's get them nice and close. And I did grab that one cherry bomb, so that's gonna be used for this specifically. Did hear a serpent moving in there. We're gonna grab this for now, but most likely not gonna hold on to it for too long. Fortunately, no ladder as of yet. I was standing too damn close, so that was a bad choice on my end. Let's grab the amethyst. And this is gonna give me time to burn through the spring onions or any of the other provisions. I do see the other amethyst lower, but it's unnecessary for me to grab more of it. So weird to ask for pizza when you are fish. I mean, can you imagine there would be like pepperoni or vegan if the creator would be into that kind of thing? And we would have to give them that specific slice of pizza? That would be just so weird. Okay, I did not want to stand there for too long because I was getting surrounded by slimes and serpents, and it would be impossible for me to dodge all of their attacks, so this has to do for now. What are the chances we're gonna come across a ladder somewhere? This is the most infuriating thing, that there are so many bugs in here and yet they cannot be killed. They will just deal damage to you. That's just so weird. Did you really have to do that? Okay. If there's just one serpent, I can deal with that. If there's more of them, it's not fun. I'm gonna ignore the frozen tier. Okay, I do hear serpents left and right. Trying to push them back into the explosion radius. I do hear more of them approaching. We're gonna have to consume some spring onions, burn through those reserves in order to get our HP as high as possible. I do realize that there are better options at my current disposal to consume, but already I see another serpent moving in, so I want to make sure that I will take the least amount of damage from it. And this has a beautiful concentration of rocks here, so I'm gonna drop in like at least 2 bombs in order to clear that section out. We do need that stone for fish ponds, for upgrading our barns, for constructing coops, for upgrading our coops. We do need stone. It is necessity for us There is some iron, some amethyst, so at least I'm gonna get something, and it's already 10 p.m. for crying out loud. And that is not good. So obviously I did screw up with the whole planning. It usually takes me forever to get to these things. There is a shaft. I'll break apart this stone, and I think I'll be cutting off the episode soon here because I'm quite sure there's not a chance in hell I'm gonna be able to reach the 100th level. At least not with this performance. Let's eat one of these cactuses, so that's gonna give me more HP. Bump. Well, let's grab the coal. Let's smash the jade, and I'm trying to do an outro, but I'm being chased by all the heavies of the mommy levels. So if you want to see more fun Stardew Valley content, consider either checking the link in the description, or if you want to know what the channel is currently up to, consider even subscribing, as I publish fun content like this on a weekly basis. I do playthroughs, comparisons, discussions, early in-game reviews, all sorts of cool stuff, so go check it out. Link is in the description. I'm gonna wish you a pleasant rest of the day. Hopefully you are staying safe. Thank you for watching, everyone, and see you soon. Woo! 3 emeralds! God damn, okay. Now we're cooking. I have never seen that before. Unfortunately, I have not picked up the totem to warp me back to the farm, so I will be forced to depart sooner than I would like it to, but at least I'm getting those resources. $20 levels down, not the best run. But I did get here super late, so I'm actually even surprised I got anywhere.